I bet you guys can subscribe in 5 seconds. I'll give you guys 5 seconds to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Boom!
All right. This video isn't brought to you by anybody, but we have brought to you a great deal. You guys always ask where the best place to get gear reduction parts, OEM parts, all that, is Hardline UTV. Seth and Emily have teamed up with us to get you guys cheap prices on parts, about the best prices you can find, with our discount code Crash City 5, number 5, and they'll get you some dang good pricing. And there you go, we did that for you guys. So Crash City 5, get you a little discount, get you a pretty good discount on OEM stuff, and can't lie, it does help support us a little bit too. So it's a great deal, great deal for you guys. And they're just a good company that we decided, hey, one spot to send you guys to get all your parts, and that's it. Works for everybody. So
Howdy. What else is this video about? The most awesome thing seems to be so far ever, the electric hydro steer.
Dirt Division electric hydro steer. That's kind of been one of the reasons why we've been slow, not been able to get out much, is because we got version 1. Version 1 worked pretty good, but it didn't meet our standards. So we got them, told them what was going on, and they came out with version 2, which was just simply a bigger ram, holds 50% more volume, and now we've got it.
Yeah, I definitely can feel a big difference with the bigger ram. Just driving it down here, just with such ease. It's a pretty incredible difference. I mean, I could steer fine with my old setup. You know, the tires weren't so big you couldn't handle it or anything like that, but my EPS was constantly shutting off. Oh, didn't want to buy a new EPS to replace it when I had been
$1,800.
Yeah, and had been curious about hydro steer. Had hydro steer in my monster trucks, obviously, and I only had a mechanical failure one time on the front with the orbital and everything. So I was pretty excited about this. The other setup is more expensive than this one, and quite a bit harder to get. He only makes so many a year from what I understand. I could be wrong, but we wanted to test this out and really hoping it's going to be, you know, mass production model for you guys. Everybody with portals, you got to have this. I could not imagine running portals without hydro steer.
Portals, big tires, anything. But yeah, the EPS we think went bad because she had the shock therapy rack on there, which did excellent. We've taken it off and it shows
Nowhere.
hardly anywhere at all, if any, other than being a little dirty. But we think that it's so beefy and rigid that, especially being in her buggy, beefy and rigid, that it sent maybe shock waves up through the EPS, but it's junk. I mean, if she would lean up against the tire right now,
Like that, done.
flip her EPS on, steering wheel twitch, reset, you can't do nothing. So this is going to be a good fix for that.
Yeah. So, you know, instead of, I mean, the shock therapy rack's great. I'm not dogging anything, but by the time you buy that rack and destroy your EPS, you could have had a full hydro setup. So definitely the way to go. I mean, I'm with ease just through the trails, almost barely feel like I'm on the steering wheel at all. So I can tell a big difference. It doesn't feel as squirrely as version 1 either, so I really feel this version 2 definitely is where it's at.
Yeah, you had version 1 in on the drag race video and was squirreling all over the place down the track.
I don't feel like that now. It seems to have slowed it down a little bit, which is nice. You don't want too fast. It just felt like it was just swaying all over the place, where this, you know, totally feels like you're in control and with absolute ease.
Yeah, so it's all in there, it's all set up. I got a cooler up under there.
Ram.
Up in there.
We went with the shackle style on the tie rods. I would recommend those, and if you can find them, buy them, because they seem to not be readily available anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna say that We've seen ball and sockets pull apart on just rig. Well, it's a portal rig, I'll give them that, but still, it's just a portal rig. This is hydraulic, and it knows no forgiveness whatsoever.
It's
so
powerful.
We're thinking a ball and socket might pop out of that if you ride like we do, you know.
So yeah, definitely look into the shackle style.
So real quick, do we show them where it mounts on a stock RZR?
Sure. Do we
Because
show them where everything of mine is?
I think
There's
so.
the pump, the cooler, ram,
and then the
orbital.
steering orbital.
So really a super simple setup.
Yeah.
Simple machine. That's what you want.
Yep. So this is a direct bolt-in kit. There's hardly any modification to your RZR whatsoever if you're a full body. So on a full body, it all goes, okay, so right in here, your pump's going to be mounted. It just goes to your battery, goes to a switch, on off switch, and then the lines run through your tunnel up in there and come out underneath your dash. So everything of your OEM steering comes out, so your EPS isn't in there. So this bracket that the EPS is bolted to bolts to your brake pedal. So you'll take that off, you put the bracket on that they provide, it mounts the orbital down in there. You can use your stock steering shaft or steering shaft. You can use your stock steering wheel location, so you don't have to change any of that. The only custom thing you might have to do is get creative, where you put the cooler up under the front hood somewhere, and that's it. I mean, just guessing, what would you think it'd
We
be?
found.
Sorry, the little one has me distracted. Doesn't it look like an eagle?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Anyway, what were you asking? I'm so sorry.
What do you, just guessing, you know, Sprinkles isn't a full body, but what, an hour maybe?
Yeah, in a full body, an hour or two, just including the wiring.
Yeah,
Maybe 2 hours.
depending on your mechanical skill
And your electrical skills.
and your electrical skills, but that's not even that bad. Just I mean, you can almost put this on yourself. So hit up us or Dirt Division. We can get you an email, whatever. And you know, this is just a process of, they came out with version 1. Mike and Andrew put this deal together. They wanted it to be the best. So they got a hold of us and said, here it is, tell us what you think. We went through version 1. Wasn't up to Crash City standards, I guess, with big tires and big rocks. So they went back and they both got it to everything we want it to be. So it is awesome. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you. They also, I think, know that Sprinkles has an attitude problem. So if she has something that's not absolutely 100% perfect, she'll chew it up and spit it out for breakfast. So, you know, she pretty quickly realized version 1 wasn't for her.
So hydro steer, playing in the rocks. So we got that way. She's probably gonna try undercut. Got a little bypass here. See what she does.
It helps if you turn your steering on.
more your right rear's hanging off. Come on. All right, you witnessed a rare event. But she got them brand new cheater new Rockzillas, and I don't. Mine are old, wore out.
Whatever, yours are just broken. He's cheating and lying. Lie.
It's probably
Somebody worried about my vehicle's warranty about to expire.
well, I was gonna say that's probably the president that congratulates you, but who wants a congratulations from him?
I don't even talk about that.
So, all right.
The Hydro Steer, absolutely legit. I mean, like, sometimes that's half the battle wheeling. Although, muddy, nasty, you can't do nothing. You don't have any traction sometimes, which is today. But I'm sure I would have been in 1,000 binds with my other steering. And you can't even tell. You don't even know.
Yeah, and I will say, you know, I tried to point out the places where you were in a jam, where your weight was shifted over on one tire, all the predicaments that we had issues, even before your EPS went totally out, every time that you'd see in a video, you just wrenching on the steering wheel.
So I will point out a possible learning curve is, since you can't feel any of that, and if you can't see real good, like sitting in the middle, you think everything's fine. You're like, there's nothing there. So your sense of feeling of a rock is a little bit gone, but I feel like that is absolutely perfect with me. But I do think I'll have to pay a little more attention if Steven's like, no, Amber, not on your life, stop.
Yeah, and we rode a little bit around in circles to try to get back here.
Check the temperature.
Took the little minute break to do the little intro back there. Wasn't long, and then she came just up to do that, and this thing ain't even warm.
No.
So
It's
that
like
was
room temperature, outside room temperature.
yeah, and so that's rock crawling. That's no air movement through there, no nothing. It's 90 degrees out here today and humid as can be, obviously, because you know I'm a
He's leaking.
glistening mess.
No, it's legit. And like I said, the only learning curve really is just going to be it reacts a little quicker. And like I said, if you're a rock crawler, you're not going to feel those binds very easily.
I'm so jealous.
Which
just watching.
I know.
you
I
go
wish
through
you
there.
could. I wish you could go up in it.
And you're gonna want a piece of this if you run big tires, rock crawl, the nasty stuff, big stuff like we do. If you're portaled mud bogging, if you're portaled rock crawling, if you're portaled street cruising, you're gonna wear that rack and EPS out.
Oh, and another thing we opted to do, sprinkles is contrary to belief, popular belief, is not an RS1. I mean, I love the compliments, and so does she, that she's the nicest RS1 they've ever seen, but she's not an RS1. She's a 2017 two-seat turbo. She used to be blue, but she had the same battery this whole time. So while we did this, we went with the Odyssey upgrade, and I never dropped below 12, even when my
That's a good point.
steering is in full lock, full
When you hear
draw.
the pump really drawing the biscuits to the oven.
Yeah, it's baking them. The brownest of the biscuits.
The brownest of the biscuits in the oven's still over 12, so
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I expected maybe a few more problems for a brand new product. You know, when we were picked to test. I guess you just always, not that I didn't have faith in them, you're just always ready for.
Just never know.
Yeah, it's the unknown, and anytime there's a new product, you're gonna have bugs. So our only little bug was just not a big enough RAM. All we did was replace the RAM, and now it's perfect. So, I mean, they really did their research, I feel like. The other thing I'm super excited about having this Hydro Steer, I'm sure we said it before, but I am full spool. And that is, even when I was beating on it down there, just, I wasn't a full beat down, but I was giving it the beans and not a peep out of the diff. I didn't feel like anything was sassing me. When I steer driving around, you feel the tiniest push, but absolutely not what you, it doesn't even feel the same as the push you would get when you're in four-wheel drive driving around. So even the hydro steer makes the full-time four-wheel drive push not seem as bad at all. Somehow it just seems like you get used to it like that. I don't even know I'm in four-wheel drive.
Yeah, I mean, you're hill climb racing, you're cross country racing, and that's the only thing we haven't tested is what if you just went nuts through the woods, just going crazy for, how long was that race we did?
I'm getting in.
2 hours.
Here I go.
2 hours or something, that woods race we did. So that's the only unknown is the heat. But then again, you're moving and everything.
Yeah.
The pump is water resistant. We don't know if it's waterproof, so burying it in water might be a problem, but it's great. So Dirt Division, UTV, huge thanks to them.
Yes, fantastic.
We've helped them come up with an awesome product. Not taking credit for it, just saying, hey, this could be better. They made it better.
Yeah.
And it's
And we're gonna keep testing, but I have full confidence that you guys are absolutely gonna love this because I'm very particular. And I typically, you can ask Steven, I do not like change at all. And if this feels this much different on sprinkles, I usually don't like it. And have I griped a bit?
Oh no.
And even if something is a good upgrade and I get used to it later, but it's such a significant upgrade that there's no peeps about, I want my old back, or I don't know about this.
Yeah. So there's her thoughts.
There's my thoughts.
Straight from the driver's seat on behalf of Sprinkles. Review of the hydro steer, Dirt Division.
Sprinkles said the only thing that could be better if it came with diamonds and gold plating, but
That'll be the Sprinkles edition.
that's how she is.
They blinged that one up for you, remember?
Yeah, they did. They sprayed it with bright, shiny, sparkly silver paint. So they did bling it up. They knew that was going to be her complaint.
And finished product, I'm sure will be powder coated.
Yeah.
This was just hot off. I mean, this came straight from the machine shop in the mail to us to get it done. So it's fantastic.
So next time we need to tell Sprinkles they crushed up diamonds and put it in the paint.
Yep.
Because you know how she is.
All right. Bear, tell them. Send us out of here.
Buy it now.
And subscribe.
And subscribe.
And like this.
Like it.
And say everything that your YouTubers you watch say.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Oh, wait, whoa!
Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Thanks for watching, guys. And subscribe, share, everything. It's a good product.
Subscribe button and that